Hello, Rochelle FFA, and welcome to your online banquet. And hello to the parents. Hope you guys were able to join and watch and hear how your kids did through their year of FFA. It's a lot of hard work and dedication, and so sit back and relax because I'm gonna try and keep it short, but you know, Miss Paige and my kids know that that's pretty much impossible. So I'm gonna try and keep it short. It's about my 5th time recording it and I haven't liked it yet, so I'm hoping this is the one. Start with my introduction. I am Brooke Catterton. I was the 2019 state champion horse judging coach. And so my roots go all the way back to Harwood, Maryland. That's where I was born and raised, on a farm there. And in high school I did FFA. That's where I started my horse judging career. We were state champions and then went on to be reserve national champions behind Oklahoma. We were new to FFA. My freshman year was our first year back since 1982. So we were able to fight it to get into the school system. And that was our only team we had while I was in FFA, was horse judging. So it was a lot of fun, put us on the map, and gave us a little bit of fame. We were in magazines, newspapers, you know, made us feel kind of important. So it was a lot of fun. Not only did I get to experience that with the school, but I was actually recruited to judge horses in college. I know. Who knew that was a thing? I had no idea that was a thing. My teammates had no idea that was a thing. My parents had no idea that it was a thing at all. They're just like, oh, Brooke's messed around with horses, this and that. Next thing you know, I get 2 years free and then in state at my last 2 years. So for you parents out there, and even for students who are looking to join horse judging, that is an option. Just know that you can get scholarship for it. Not only that, but you gain so much more. You gain friendships, groups, connections all over, people with more knowledge, and to help you career paths. It's all so important. So just kind of explaining that, that's how I got recruited to Illinois originally. I started my judging career at Black Hawk College under Aaron Callahan. He was my coach. We were Congress champions and then world champions. So kind of 2 big shows in the horse judging world that are kind of really big and known for. So if you win those, it's kind of good to tell. Then I continued my judging career down at Oklahoma State, Go Pokes, where I was under Stephen Cooper. So a brand new team to me. So I was on 2 different teams. When you move to a senior college, you get a new team because you don't travel with everyone. And so that was a lot of fun to experience that. And then some people say, well, you were in Maryland, you were in Oklahoma, why are you in Illinois? My fiance that I met at Black Hawk College, he's a livestock judger, and I was a horse judger. We met there, and he's actually got a family farm in central Illinois, so I'm down by Peoria on the outskirts of it, and that's where I reside now. So unfortunately I have moved away and I won't be able to teach Rochelle FFA horse judging anymore, but it was a great 2 years. Nothing better I could have asked for. So we're gonna head straight into who was on the team. I had my reasons team was Ava, Mary, Mark, and Josie. They had stuck around for 2 years, so they were on the 18 judging team and then stuck around for the 19. So that really helped us get to our state championship title and made a big difference to have them carry over. And then our non-reasons team was David, Riley, Forrest, and Zoe. So they played just as an important role as our reasons versus non-reasons team. How we depict who goes on each team is points. And each practice you get a certain amount of points for showing up. You get points for placing the class correct. You get points for your reasons. You get points for the test we take. And so whoever has the most points, that's who gets on the team. So nothing biased there. I couldn't make the decision. Basically, whoever's consistent and works hard, that's who's going to get on the team. Let's say you're not even that exceptional in horse judging, but you show up. That gets you half your points right there. It's like in college, they say just to get a C or better, all you have to do is show up to the class. That's all you have to do. You'll be amazed by the people who just show up on test day. There's only 3 tests out of like a semester. So, you know, that's where I leave it up to the score to tell me who goes where. So that was our team. Then for practice, we had practice twice a week for 2 hours a day. So that ended up being about 4 hours a week. There were some weekends that we had Saturday practices, or I had students come to me saying that they wanted more material to study, they wanted to practice extra reasons. So those are all extra hours taken out of their personal time, their school time, their sports. I mean, they put everything aside to take this seriously. And I could not thank them enough to show up and be there, make it worth my time and worth their time. I mean, if they don't show up every day, then they're wasting their time too, because how do they expect to do well when they're not showing up? So it really showed that they were there and wanting to take this serious because we got our title. And you don't just wake up one day saying, I'm going to the state contest and I'm gonna win today. No, it takes way more than that. There's just way more to it. And it takes hard work and dedication, exactly what I saw from these kids. So they earned every bit of this, and I could not be more happy for them and to be able to carry this memory on forever. And so for those out there who are saying, well, I didn't do horse judging, but I really want to, but I don't have horse knowledge, so they probably won't let me do it, or I'm not gonna be very good. Let me just tell you that my state champion team did not know how to judge horses at all when I started. They didn't know anything. Only 2 of them knew and handled horses. Ask Mary and Mark. They didn't really handle horses. They don't really like horses. They don't go out and like, Mom, I want a horse. No, they don't care about them. So it's not what it takes. It really just takes you being willing to learn. I need them to show up. I need you to absorb everything I'm saying. I need you to fight through the hard times. I need you to enjoy the fun times. And I need you to stick through it. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be difficult, but the outcome is amazing. And then it's a memory you can have forever. Like, these memories don't go away. So that's what I got, and that's why we see the results that we saw. So don't be afraid. If you don't know anything about horses, this is where you want to be. I can teach you horses easily if you're willing to learn it. If you're willing to take personal time to study and learn, then you can judge horses and you can be successful at it. So definitely ask Miss Page about the judging team. I know that the kids are going to start taking over and judging since I won't be able to be there. So be looking for that. What does practice consist of? So practice is learning different disciplines. So there can be 12 to 15 different disciplines that we could use in horse judging. Each discipline is different. You have a different style of horse, whether it's a tall horse, a short horse. You have different gaits. Are they trotting? Are they jogging? Are they loping, canter? Different attire. You have different tack. Everything's different. It's a whole brand new topic. What are we looking for? The style's different, the quality is different, everything. Literally from Western to English, it could be anything in between. It's hot and cold. You got trail, reining, ranch riding, I mean jumping. You think of it, it's there. And my kids had to learn it. They're all different. And so props to them for taking time to learn. The first half of practice was learning a discipline and then judging. So we went straight into, here's what it is, now judge the class. So props to them. They really took a short amount of time and turned it around to make it very useful. I could have easily been there 5 hours a night for 3 or 4 nights a week. We didn't have that. So I worked with what I had, and my kids did too, and the results show. Again, I'm gonna say it so many times because my first state champion team, and they earned every bit of it, and they deserve the praise that they're getting. So then we moved on to penalties. So each discipline has different penalties. So there's about 50 to 100 different penalties that you can have per discipline. So they had to learn each penalty, and then not only that, but keep it forever in their brain. Because we would practice Western one week, and then next month we're to Western, you know? And so they had to keep that and learn a bunch in between and then have it all together for the day of the contest and just be able to throw out a penalty point. So penalties are if a horse does something we don't want them to do, then they get docked X amount of points. So let's say you tick a pole and trail, that's minus a half a point. You pick up the incorrect lead, minus 3 points. So stuff like that they just on a whim have to come up and think about it and write down what they did wrong. And they have to keep their eyes on the class while trying to write notes. It's so difficult. And so probably the least favorite part of practice was taking our penalty quizzes. They were very hard, but again, it shows our success. Moving on, we learned reasons. Probably the least favorite we did in practice. I know, it's not even probably, I know it's the least favorite. Some people don't even judge livestock, horses, soils, any of it because of reasons. Kids just don't want to do it. It is very difficult. It is not fun. It'll bring out the bad in you. It just makes you sad, makes you mad, you know, it's hard, makes you stutter. It's difficult. And so my kids, what they would do is they would place a class 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they have to write why they placed it 1, 2, 3, 4 in a long form that has terminology they're not used to, that has flow, consistency, confidence, and they would memorize it, come back in and give their set of reasons to me. That is so difficult to memorize. It's about 1.5 minutes long for a set of reasons. To memorize the whole thing and come back in front of me and to recite it word for word, that's hard. And so that makes and breaks a lot of judges. And that really that is what makes the difference at a judging contest is who gives the better set. So really important part, but really challenging part of judging. Then we move on to the contest. So the contest went exceptional. We start off with performance classes. So that's all those different disciplines where the kids are watching each class. They watch a class of 4 horses and they say, here's what I placed the horses. And out of 50 points, you want to try to get a 50. So you're aiming for the highest points possible. A 50 out of 50 is good job. You couldn't do any better. And what they compare their score to, or what their placing of the class is that they have official judges. So there'll be about 3 to 4 official judges who will walk around the show and will place it just like they do at any other big national show that they go to. And then if the main judge placed it 1, 2, 3, 4, and the kid placed it 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a 50 out of 50. If they did 2, 1, 3, 4 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, then that's when you start deducting points. And pretty commonly you see 45s or 40s, 35s, and you don't want that. You really just want a 50 out of 50. So they'll watch that, and then they'll go into halter. Well, they'll go down and judge 4 horses again, and the official panel will be their comparison. And so once they're done that, it's about lunchtime. So they probably started around 8, and then lunchtime they're done. And then they are getting ready for the reasons. They're told at the end of the contest what classes will be reasons. So you're taking notes the whole time. Which one's gonna be reasons? Is it the Western, the trail, ranch riding? I don't know. So you're taking all these notes for 4 classes out of possibly 12 that are gonna be used. So very difficult. Then after lunch, they have to remember the first class they saw that morning and say, okay, here's why I placed it that way. And now I'm gonna give it to you word for word. So extremely difficult. Just ask your kids about it. Ask them how hard it is, they'll tell you. But nothing unbearable. They all got through it. It's just, you gotta fight yourself a little bit mentally to get through a long day like that. And so that's what a judging contest looks like. Typically reasons take a couple hours. So you're looking around 4 o'clock that the kids get done. So the results of it, obviously, state champions. The year before for the 2018 team, we were 3rd overall. So our kids were driven, they were hungry, they wanted this state title, and they worked for it. We started practice earlier. We started in the spring instead of the fall, and we went through the summer. So A lot more practice and another year under their belt really helped, and it showed. Miss Josie was the second individual overall. So we have team rankings and individual rankings, and they all play a role. But Josie, out of all the individuals who showed up, she was second. And that is actually the second year in a row that Rochelle FFA had a second overall. Miss Ava was a 2018 second overall. So really good job. And for 2019, Mary and Ava were both top 10. So really good for them. Out of all the teams in Illinois who showed up, they were it. They were what everyone wanted to be. So congratulate them. They deserve it. They worked hard for it. They gave up a lot of personal life, personal sacrifices, friends, friend time, sport time. They missed sports. It was a lot. And it's a lot to ask a high schooler to do. And it's like, for what? If some of them don't have intentions to go to college, why do I try so hard? Well, luckily they're all competitive, so they just wanted to do good. So that was really rewarding for me to see that success. Then they went to the national contest. When you win the state, you automatically get to go to nationals. And this year it was in Indianapolis. So that was a lot of fun for them to experience. I know Rochelle only can take a certain amount of people, so that was their one-way ticket to go to national convention. They were guaranteed to go, and I know they had a lot of fun there, and they judged horses there, and they were in the top half of the contest for horse judging. So really good for their first national contest, first and last. Once you win the state, that's it for them. So they did really good on their one-time shot, and I couldn't ask for any more for them. Then a lot of people say, well, okay, they learn horses, but what else do they learn? Parents don't really understand what they learn because they're not there for practice, so they don't always get to see it. For sports, you get to see the muscle get built, you get to go to their games. It's physically there for them to see. Well, horse judging isn't always that way. So I just kind of want to give y'all an example of what your kids absorbed and learned during this time, because it's not just horses. That's like the least amount they learned during this. So first of all, public speaking is a big one, and it is for life too. A lot of kids struggled in the beginning. They talk like this, and they look around, and they brush their face every second, and it's like, hey, stand up tall, look at me, and speak, So a lot of them learned how to do that, and that is just great for college. They're about to go off to school and do presentations in front of their class of 200 kids. Job interviews follow that, and anything else that they're presenting in life, public speaking's it. Speaking's how you get anywhere. So it really helped elaborate on that and really excel in that area. Quick but accurate decision making. When you get a class of horses in front of you, sometimes we call it speed racing. They got 30 seconds to look at a class, they got to place it and then talk it accurately. There's no point in placing the class if you're not going to place it accurately. So doesn't matter how quick you are, but once the accuracy comes, then we want to work on quickness. And that's in life too. You come to a stop sign, 4-way stop sign. All right, well, you got to make a quick decision who was here first, and then you got to make the decision, okay, well, we were here at the same time, so then who's going to go from there? If you make the wrong decision, that's an everlasting effect on your life. You either get hit or you get scared to death because someone almost hit you because you both decided to go at the same time. And that's just a little silly example, but that's everything. Quick decisions are everything. You get 2 job offers at the same time, you need a quick but accurate decision. 2 schools, what are you gonna do? Quick, accurate decisions. You gotta be precise, you gotta look into the details, you've gotta weigh your options, and you need to go on that. So that's a really important one. And those top 2 are the 2 I see in my daily life all the time since I left school and now that I'm in big kid world. So hard work. The kids already had hard work, but it was new for me to see how much hard work they have. They were there on time. They gave it their all. They worked past the hours we were supposed to. They texted me, you know, what's more that I can do. I mean, recruited people, everything. I saw it everywhere. And it holds dear in my heart that there are still hardworking kids out there and that they will get far in life because I know that they have that. So really exciting to see. Giving everything in the moment. That is a really big one. There is personal life situations always happening. I get the girls coming in, oh, boys this, boys that, did you hear this, that? No, don't care. Not one bit. It's 5 o'clock, you sit your butt down and you start learning. That's what it is. It's in the moment. You have to be there for what you're there for. Work, as a coworker, as an employee, for your family. Show up, be there, and be in that moment. Don't dawn on anything in the past. Don't freak out because of something in the future. You're not going to be very accurate at what you're doing in the moment if you're not there. So that was a really good one, really big learning moment for a lot of the kids that I don't care about your personal life. I want you here learning about horses. We'll talk about personal life when we're done. You need help with that? Sure, I'm here, 100%. Call me, talk to me. You need me to stay 2 hours later? Sure, but right now we're learning about horses. And so that's really big in personal life too. Being on time. Boy, am I a stickler about on time. You're not on time, you're just not on time for life. I mean, what are you gonna do when you show up to work late? I get some things happen, but if you're consistently 5 minutes late, that's a problem. Consistently 10 minutes late, that's a problem. I'm consistently 30 minutes early to everything. Now, that's pretty unrealistic for most people, but for me, it saves a lot of stress because I'm there. I know that I'm not gonna get stuck in a car accident. I know my tire, if it got flat, I can still be there in time for interviews, job, anything. So being on time really shows what type of person you are. So it's really a good skill to have. And my kids did get points docked if they did not show up on time. So it was very important to learn that. You know, why are you not on time? Were you sleeping? School, what happens if you're not on time to school? You gotta be on time so your parents can be on time. So just a really important skill that I always thought was really needed. So that's something we worked on a lot. And confidence. Oh, we learned confidence. Reasons. Everyone always gets so scared and doesn't want to talk. But you all gotta stand up for who you are and what you believe in. And that's reasons. You placed it that way, tell me why you placed it that way. I wanna hear it. Same with your decisions in life. You made that decision, why? Everyone's gonna ask why. You need to stand up. Either don't tell them why and just say, well, it doesn't matter what you think, or have a confident reasoning behind it. Here's why I did that. I did it because I believe this. And that really shows, you know, as a person. And I had kids come to me who, they had an English project and said, oh, Miss Brooke, you would not believe how I was able to present in front of the class. And it was all because of horse judging. I did it just like my reasons. I spoke loudly, I articulated, I was clear, I stood still. You should have seen the other kids, they were terrible. I'm like, well, good, I'm glad you finally found one good reason to do reasons. You know, they're all like, oh, I hate reasons, I'm so tired of it. And it's like that right there, that excitement that they came in like, it really, I saw it somewhere in my life. 2 months after starting, I already saw it. Imagine how many more places they'll see it in their future. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. I've been on here long enough. I just really love my team. They really showed me, you know, who they are as individuals and as a team and how hard they're willing to work. And I cannot thank them more. They gave me a memory I'll forever be able to cherish. I cannot thank Miss Page enough for allowing me to do this and going through all the paperwork to get me on there. And the FFA program she has is unreal. So you guys as parents realize that and start coming, show up to see what it's doing for your kids. I know mine's cherished forever, and she has an exceptional program. She's there for your kids. She wants to support them. She wants to guide them all the way through life. Allow her. Give her the alumni she needs. And that's my rampage on that. She's just a great teacher, great life teacher, and great advisor. So she does a lot. And don't forget to appreciate her and all that she does. And you too, judging team, you don't forget to say thank you. And And so I'm gonna get off here. Go state champions 2019 horse judging team. And I hope to see y'all soon. Bye.